What's up, everybody? This is Colin from Holistic Heritage Homestead. Happy Saturday to you. Apologize for the lighting. I am heading in the direction of the sun. So, just want to have another Saturday sit down with you. Again, Saturday is going to be a little more random. Going to touch and go on all kinds of subjects. And today I wanted to talk about homesteading and finances. And a lot of people get confused as to how and why a homesteading life can make you money immediately. That's right, immediately. You don't need to necessarily have your balance sheet completely in the black or in the profit lines in order to be making money immediately. What do you mean, Colin? Well, let's talk about it. I went to school for accounting initially, and basic accounting, assets, liabilities, owner's equity, revenue, expenses, and the matching thereof, matching principle. Everybody in society, because they've been lied to, focuses on making money, driving revenue. That's great. Okay, that's absolutely great, but any smart business person, because you are a business, your homestead should be treated like a business for viability. Any smart person understands, any good business person understands that concurrent or at the same time as driving that revenue, making more money, you should always be focused on how you can cut or limit your expenses. On a balance sheet, a plus and a minus can affect things the same way. For example, it's not always easy to go and give yourself a 5 or 10 or 15 or 20% raise. And with all this posy think, everyone's like, don't operate from emotional scarcity, you can't shrink into greatness, and you can't this and that. Well, guess what? You can't always write yourself more checks. You can't always give yourself a raise, especially in today's dynamic when people are struggling with their finances. For example, one of the number one things, unless you've been blind and don't pay attention to anything, that due to the inflation, this wild inflation, food prices are through the roof. Now, we're food people. I have a restaurant background, and we're also just obsessed with cooking, and we're obsessed with saving money. So we really pay attention to food prices. You want to give yourself a raise? Grow your own food. Grow your own produce. Grow your own vegetables. Grow your own grains. You want to give yourself a raise? What else can you do in homesteading? Have your own livestock. Grow your own protein. You want to give yourself a raise? Grow your own growing medium. Okay? Your own compost, your own leaf mold, your own fertilizers, right? Your own stuff to grow, use for container gardening, right? You want to give yourself a raise? Use the building materials around you. You want to give yourself a raise? Get a wood stove, cut some wood, burn said wood. That's energy. That's food. That's product. And that's just to touch and go. With this lifestyle, there are so many ways you can unplug from this horrible, unsustainable, corrupt system and save money. I'd say, if you're really getting at it, within the first few months, you can cut your bills down between $300 to $600 a month. And that's a loose average for a lot of factors, depending on where you live, how many people in your family, how much you can get done, what kind of livestock, and what kind of food you can grow, so geography matters. But in general, you can absolutely cut your expenses or give yourself a raise, right? Same thing, we went over this, immediately by a few $100s a month. If I said to walk into your job tomorrow and tell your boss you want a 5 to 10% raise, and it would be guaranteed, you'd have have control of that, every one of you would do it. But if I tell you for some reason that you can cut your expenses by 5 to 10% a month, well, that's not as romantic. That's not as fun. That's not as cool. I have to think about how I look to my friends. Listen, folks, the days of keeping up with the Joneses, of looking good to the neighbors, they're over. That's the new normal. That's the new normal. Nobody cares, and you shouldn't care. So you're going to meet some hate on this for some reason. People think when you start pinching pennies, remember the heritage there, right? What do the elders say? Penny saved is a penny earned. What do the elders say? It's not what you make, it's what you keep. How do you keep more money? You limit your expenses. So, you want to limit your expenses, you've got to produce the things that you would normally buy. Very simple. Very, very simple. And then, as you get momentum, and this is our goal, folks, is we want to be able to work part-time, which we are blessed. We have flexibility in our schedules. We have our family business. So by working very hard, we've given ourselves that luxury. In time, we want to unplug almost completely, if not completely, if possible, from the rat race. Work for yourselves. Be your own boss. And don't let people look down on you because you're not just chasing more money. Let me tell you, my wife and I were blessed. We did very well. We had good incomes when we lived in New York. But guess what? We had nowhere near as much as we do now to show for it in real wealth. Because the government overlords were taxing us to death. The lifestyle was unsustainable. You didn't have land where you can't produce your own wealth and your own expense-cutting items. It's silly. It's silly. Why not, again, work for yourselves? Food for thought. Always try to make more money. Yeah, but to get that momentum, to give you that wiggle room, that discretionary income, if I could save $300 to $500 a month right now, guess what I could do? I could reinvest that in infrastructure. That owner's equity, right? We talked about that, right? I can invest that in more livestock, more seeds, more land, more resources, a better wood stove. You know we've got a really good one, right? You can always upgrade. I could buy some wood if I want to. You see the prices of fuel in America right now. So I want you to cut those expenses, and therefore your bottom line will smile. You reinvest the difference, and then you can turn it into a profit-driven homestead or business. Then you can take product A and value add. You can sell mulberries, sure. Why not turn it into mulberry jam and multiply your profit? You can sell zucchini, sure. Why not turn it into a salsa or a chutney and multiply your profit? You can sell eggs, sure. Why not turn that into a meal? Or dehydrate it and turn it into animal feed and multiply your profit. Cut those expenses. Cut the expenses. That's your focus. That's the Saturday sit down for you this week. Listen, folks, you gotta cut those expenses now. I urge you. Let me know what works for you. Let me know ways you save money, whether it's on the homestead or whether it's just penny pinching tips and ways to be more frugal or thrifty. You know, as less cool and fun as that is, it's the same thing as making more money, folks. Same thing as giving yourself a raise. Cut your expenses. Give yourself that raise today. Take care. Have a great Saturday. Hope you're out here getting it. And like, comment, subscribe as always. Hit the comments below. Give us some ideas. We are a community. We work. We learn together. Take care.